This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network. I greet everybody upon this evening, this Sunday evening today. Y'all know my disclaimer is I'm not a pastor, preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church or nothing like that. I'm not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement, or anything like that. Shout out to everybody who's going to catch this on the live, those who come in on the middle mark, and those who catch it on the replay. Shout out to those people, man. For sure, man. We're here on Real Talk on my secondary YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network. We had a biblical discussion last night on the other YouTube channel, Tony Harvin, my primary channel in general. I'm getting getting these emails and these comments and stuff like that, man, of haters and trolls and things like that and whatnot in reference to the stuff that I put out, have been putting out, whether on YouTube, Facebook, Daily Motion, Rumble.com. It's like people have a very crazy hatred for the truth in general, man, and that's just a sad situation when it's coming from so-called church people and things like that. I never would have thought of people like that would have so much hate for the truth in general. I mean, what other preacher out there, to the trolls? What other preacher out there that is speaking the truth and things like that? What up to Chris Stewart? What up to Jen Juice? I would actually trolls. What other preacher out there that's really making a move to help the people, to preach the truth and things like that? I mean, making negative videos and stuff like that, it doesn't edify anybody. In fact, it don't even edify the person who's making the video at the end of the day. Time and time again, we see these people, but those who know about, hatred among so-called Christian people in general. In life, there's going to be popular people and there's going to be unpopular people. There's going to be people who's making real truthful moves, and it's not. I mean? There's nothing you could do about it. Just because a man is getting, a lot of people helping getting a lot of people baptized and things like that, and turn them away from falsehood and stuff like that. I mean, you should be embracing that, actually, but instead these trolls out here and these haters and whatnot is all about jealousy. They let jealousy intervene in their heart because they see another man is doing such good works and things like that. You had one candy apple out of Alabama, his sidekick, the Itchy and Scratchy show. He said, getting a lot of people baptized, that's not the point. I mean, the whole purpose is to get your soul saved, right? I would say get them sins washed away and things like that, So you got a lot of these trolls out here that, I deal with, of course. And I know for sure that people who are speaking the truth, those who are in leadership and things like that, they going through it themselves. But as I state on my other YouTube channel, you got to have a bulletproof emotions for this. I remember having conversations about people lying on you with Gino and stuff like that. And just because a person, if they can't find anything on you, they're trying to conjure up a lie, or they're trying to target your family members. That's what they'll do to somebody who's really pushing the message out there. At the end of the day, I mean, I believe there's a scripture in there that says we got to work out our own soul salvation. You know what I'm saying? But in hindsight, those who are under leadership, they are representation of what they're under. I agree with that for sure. So let's just say if Tony Harvin is out there, gang banging, you know what I'm saying? Let's say I was with the Rolling 60 Crips and whatnot. You know, you will have false prophets out there, man, putting up videos, pictures, and whatnot, and things like that, and what have you. They'll try any and everything to try to stop the truth that is going on. But what I have seen throughout the years, it's nothing new under the sun. It's nothing new under the sun. These guys have tried so much, so much. Listen, I've never seen somebody get so much flack from so-called Christians. You know what I'm saying? Chris Stewart says he's a false prophet jealous of the work that God is doing through Gino. And time again, like I always say, I don't sit back and listen to long drawn out videos and 2-hour videos of clowns and trolls and stuff like that. I might hear a little snippet, a couple of words here, a couple of words there, and I just turn it off because the whole sound effect of it's just manure to me. It's just defecation to my ears. It's just feces it's a sense of audio feces coming through my ears that I can't take it. I can't stand, for people to talk negative on another person for hours and hours and hours. Now, if you got something to say about a person through a video, have some type of encouragement and empowerment to it. If you disagree with somebody, okay, that's fine. You can make a video, all right, why you disagree. Some people disagree respectfully. Like, I give it to Marcus Rogers. I watched one of his videos when he was talking about divorce and remarriage, his views versus Gino Jennings' views. And he wasn't disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? He was cordial. He said he liked Gino. You know what I'm saying? But he just disagreed with him on that topic. But he wasn't disrespectful. He didn't say no harsh words. Now, something like that I could listen to. Because the man got respect and the man got morals and values in general and stuff like that. But, people who just go crazy because of jealousy within, I can't. Jinju says the hate is on another level. Instead of being supportive, they are calling past derogatory names and disrespecting his wife and parents, pure evil. Devil is working overtime. I mean, when you at the top pinnacle, you understand, of like being an influence to the people. You say he came from grassroots, meaning no backing, like how TD Jakes got. They got people behind them, the government, organizations, banks, and stuff like that. When you started from the ground up, people against you and stuff like that, and you still got numbers, hundreds and thousands of people coming to get baptized. What up, Craig Giselle? You know what I mean? You said, hey, Tony, in the chat, God bless everyone. Hope all is well. Absolutely. Absolutely, Craig. What up, PhD? Good day. TOG family. He says, Marcus Rogers is cordial, but he's just wrong. Still disagree with him, though. Absolutely. Absolutely. He got the cordial part, right? He got the being respectful part, right? That's cool. That's fine. That's cool. But as stated, he says Marcus Rogers is on wife number 3. It's kind of weird. He's on wife number 3, just one. And the other guy, I call him Sergeant Slaughter, whatever his name is, from Tennessee. He got about 3 or 4 of them. Haters like that, I just don't understand it. You understand? So when somebody, I consider Gino is the best that's doing that out there as far as like getting souls saved and baptized. You understand? Loving the people, having a love for the people to want to help them to God and stuff like that. And a lot of people who are quote unquote, claim to be in some type of leadership, they have a dislike, they have a hatred, and they have a jealous mindset in the heart for the truth of God. You said I had a good night's sleep after that discussion last night. Oh, man, that was funny, man. That was funny for sure. But appreciate you for coming on. You said Truth of God can hurt some people. Absolutely. I mean, when I first came on the scene, when I first came across the Truth of God messages, I mean, it hurt me. You understand? It hurt me. You know, when it hurt these other fellows, they want to say, well, this is false, this is a cult, this is that. Listen, a cult is meant to control people. You understand? That's meant to control people in general. If something was a cult, trust me, I would not be a part of it. I don't care who it is. You understand? So they come up with all this nonsense type of talk that try to get people to come away from the truth. I was listening to one little snippet of the candy apple in Alabama. You know what I mean? And the sidekick, you know, the Itchy and Scratchy show. You know what I'm saying? You know? He stated that how many people have left the truth of God and came to him? And how many people have left him to go to the truth of God? So obviously he don't know mathematics too well because he has a small following. You know, so for example, if he got 600 people that's following him and Gino has 10 million, and then you got 700 people throughout the world that leave the truth of God and stuff like that, it's still not equivalent. Of course, when you have a lot of people, when you have millions, you're going to have some people that leave. But then again, the next day, you might have 2,000 that come to the truth. Next week, another 2,000. The next week, 5,000. We've seen the numbers. So he think because a couple of people leave the truth of God and come to him, oh, hooray. Hooray. You understand? You want to sit in ovation and things like that. So that's what he's proud of. He's getting recycled garbage. You understand? These are the same folks that's making these videos calling people false and stuff like that because they upset because they couldn't handle the truth. When I heard the message of the truth of God, listen, I was hurt about a lot of things. You know, forget getting hit by punches. Forget that. Forget getting took down in a wrestling match or grappling competition. The scriptures hurt worse than that. You understand? But yet I still was humble enough to listen and still, you know, learning about the message of truth. A lot of things are still hurting me in these days of the truth. A lot of stuff I'm getting an understanding of, you know, from the message. I didn't go and say, you know what, let me take this channel and turn it all around. No, we still gonna promote the message on YouTube, Facebook, Daily Motion, Rumble.com, randomly texting people the message, randomly emailing people the message. That's how I did it. I was randomly texting people the Truth of God links. I didn't care who they was. Let me type in a random number and let me send off the message. You understand? That's what I was used to do, for sure. In reference to promoting and marketing the message, man. You understand? But you know, those who have left First Church, it's like, so. I mean, he's Itchy and Scratchy. He's really proud of that. You can't be proud of that, man, because it seemed like that's what you're trying to do. It was a time and point where one of his members wanted me to take down the Truth of God messages and promote them. Now, how would that look? How would that look? If you ever watched wrestling back in the day, you know, when Hulk Hogan went to the WCW, and once the crowd saw that he was with the NWO, oh man, no way. You understand? I mean, they try to convince me. They try to say, listen, man, what he's putting up is false. You should put us up. No. There's no thinking about it. There's no hesitation. It's a no. You understand? So a lot of them, rather some of them tried to recruit me to put their videos up on my other YouTube channel. That's the stuff that happened behind the scenes. Even Peter Baptiste. You understand? Even Peter Baptiste, he asked me, man, could you put some of my stuff up? Take down the truth of God? And he would always send like his messages on the inbox on Facebook. Really? You think I'm gonna put you up? Now it's okay you come on for a biblical discussion, that's fine. But your sermons, you know how that would look if I was to put up a take down all the True God videos, right? And put up Peter Baptiste. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. That would be crazy. What up, Xavier's mom? He's laughing. He said itchy and scratchy. He said, yeah, no matter who we all can do better in a lot of areas. Absolutely. Pastor Gino preached today. Absolutely. Pastor Gino Jennings, word from God still hurts, but you must realize that it's not the pastor that speak, it's the word. These other ministers need to realize that too. Evelyn Underwood says greetings. He said John. He says Peter Baptiste versus John the Baptist. John the Baptiste. That'd be something. Listen, that would be a clown show. You know, I would think that Peter Baptiste he got a little bit more. He's a little bit more, just a crumb away from what Jones the Baptist believed, because you got to understand Jones the Baptist is a Trinitarian. Peter Baptiste, fortunately, he's not. Fortunately, he's not. You know, I give it to him on that one. You know what I'm saying? He says, I would not. He said, I would not watch. Oh, man. He says, not that snake sleeping with the part-time preacher. Wow. He says, does anybody really know? Oh, man, that's funny. Well, Peter Baptiste, I think that's his last name. For Peter Baptiste, that's his actual last name. But for Jones the Baptist or Baptiste, that's not his last name. But for Peter Baptiste, that's his actual last name. For Jones the Baptist, that's not his last name. You know? So that covers it. That should cover it for you right there. But in general, you know, when you have a lot of haters, and a lot of those haters are former members. You know, you had some former members rather, try to secretly record things just to try to like cause disruption. You got these trolls out here in the comment sections and whatnot, causing disruption and things like that. That's how a lot of situations break out, from the comment sections on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. But YouTube is the sole core why a lot of situations break out. I've seen and things like that amongst preachers and whatnot, you know, on YouTube and things like that. But I guarantee you this, none of those so-called preachers could stop the message of truth. None of them. They tried everything. They tried almost everything. He had a message where he stated that some former First Church members tried to set him up and take him out. You understand? They try to set him up and take him out. Try to take his life. This is how much hatred people have. Even in your own settings, people will try to set you up. I think that was program 825-827, I think. You know what I mean? We have your own, the people that you think are close to you, they have a knife waiting to stab you in the back. Why waste your time if you don't like somebody? Why? If you don't like a person, what they preach, do like the rest. Get up and leave. Simple as that. No need to fake it. No need to fraud it or whatnot. No need to try to stab a person in the back physically, mentally, or emotionally. Just get up and leave. You understand that? Like these former First Church members on YouTube. I mean, you left, cool, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? If you leave an organization, that don't mean you false. But once you start talking that gibberish on YouTube and all over the place, now it's something different. Now it's something different. You understand? They feel as though they're gonna make an impact and an effect because they start talking about the truth of the message. I haven't seen not one person on YouTube stop the message of truth, even Itchy and Scratchy from Alabama. I mean, he's been trying for years. Years. I mean, you could go back to his, and I'm a YouTuber. You go back to his archives all the way from the beginning. That's 70 to 80% of his videos is talking negative of the truth of the message. You know what I mean? If he's not talking about that, he's talking about S.E. Johnson. He's talking about the members. He's talking about the YouTubers. He's reading letters in reference to the message or the members or the YouTubers and stuff like that. He says these shows how you know by their word and who they exactly are. Absolutely. Yep. By certain names, you be like, hold up. Ninja, you be like Ninja Turtle Cookie. I be like, who that? Then 5 minutes later, that person will stop talking. And then you see another name. Frosted Flakes Oreo Cookie. These are the type of names they make. You could just tell who's the trolls. And it's the same person. The person with no life. I'm not even, besides his other partner in crime with the 2 letters. The rest of them names, I think that's him. You know what I'm saying? All right. Appreciate that, Octavius. Gentoo says TD Jake's daughter, Sarah Jakes, took her wig off while preaching because her glue came loose. Then she said it wasn't necessary because of shame. What is she doing preaching anyway? Wow. Sarah Jakes. Well, these are the time and days where as though a lot of men out here, they rather be under the leadership of a woman in the church. They rather for that. That's why you see, and a lot of these males out here, they have feminine characteristics and feminine ways because they taking on who their leader is. You understand? I don't get it. Even when I wasn't in the truth, when I seen a woman preacher, I'm like, man, something don't feel right. It just don't feel right. You understand? It just didn't feel right. I didn't feel right at all. You know, and this is before the truth, coming into the truth. You know what I mean? He said, I realized from Pastor Gino Jennings, even though the Bible says it, it brought it all our attention, find it written in the Bible. Absolutely. He says, crazy how people go that far to make more accounts, to talk smack and bag on men. Something really wrong with that. I agree. You got to understand, a lot of people like that. They don't have a life in the sense of they don't have nothing to do with themselves. You know, some of them are, couch potatoes. probably 40, 50 years of age, still living with their parents, you know, alcoholics, drug addicts. You know what I mean? And it's not to kick dirt on those type of people, you know, but that they have nothing else better to do. You understand? But to troll the internet. See, they got the time in the world to do that type of stuff. We don't. We don't. You understand? Because if somebody of the truth is home, you know, because of, you know, certain circumstances, they focusing on how can I get the message out? How can I be an influence to the people? How can I do those things? And whatnot. All right? You laughing. You laughing. So the attack on like people of the truth, especially YouTubers and those who are in the forefront of the truth. What up, finally aware of you? He says, Cecilia says, Murray is always speaking on Pastor Gino Jennings. Well, I think he has a personal issue. Now they're talking about secrets, letting out secrets. Now they're getting personal now. You see that? You see that? Listen, it doesn't matter what he do. He could have a secret from 20 years ago. Listen, people repent, people, you know, Lord, forgive me. Some people may not forgive you, but God will if you're sincere. And of course, if you forgive others. These people go way back in the past. Listen, I know what you did when you were 16 years of age, and they still look at you as you're doing it now. I recall one time, you know what I mean? I heard a little snippet say he was going to leave talking about Gino Jennings alone. He's not going to talk about Gino Jennings no more. This was like 2 years ago. These people, they just can't help themselves. So he contradicted himself. He said, I'm not going to talk about Gino no more. It's a distraction. Listen, I'm a YouTuber. If I want to make videos, you know, clowning these people, I can. You understand? But I'm not. For what? You know, he's clowning himself. He's doing it to himself. You know? And I think it was a couple of years ago that there was this brother, so-called brother. He went to First Church, right? His name was, I don't really want to say his name, but he's from Florida. Young cat. So he went to First Church, right? And he hit me up on Instagram. Yo, I want to learn more about the truth of God and stuff like that. All right, cool. Send you some information, whatever. So he started inboxing me or DM, whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying? And a little conversation happened. And he wanted to have a phone conversation. So we had a few phone conversations and whatnot. Now, when you have a phone conversation with somebody, that's private, right? You understand? Especially when you think it's a so-called brother from First Church. So behind the scenes, he was secretly recording. And this is not the first time something like this happened. When you had somebody posing as a brother, but he was a former member after the fact. And he was in tune with Murray. So he secretly recorded a conversation. What conversation? I don't know how many he recorded. Now, this is supposed to be a so-called Christian. I don't care if I said I like ketchup and mayonnaise. Or if I like ice cream and, you know, on a pita bread or something like that. When you illegally secretly record somebody, that's a crime. So these people would stoop so low. It was just regular conversations and whatnot. You know, hey, how you doing? I guess he thought I was going to bash a couple of people and stuff like that and use profanity and whatever. You know, now even if a person did do those things and whatnot, he reported it back to Kendrick Murray. And Kendrick Murray, I don't know if they like spliced it. You know how people when people make the videos on YouTube, and it can there's certain ways you could do it, whereas though, let's just say I hate oranges, I love lemons. Now I could switch the words around, whereas though it could say I love oranges and I hate lemons. That's called like, splicing and video shopping or audio shopping words around and stuff like that. This was years ago though. Now it doesn't matter if a person gives some type of consent. That runs parallel to somebody robbing a bank and the owner says, listen, keep the money. I don't care. But you still committed a crime. You understand? So this is type of stuff that they stoop so low to. You even had somebody from another organization, they come in the church secretly recording things and whatnot. This is what they're doing. They're coming into the church, recording. I think it was a situation, I'm not sure if this was a troll or not. They was recording people in the church, praise and worshiping and whatnot. And then a certain part ended up on a comedy website or a comedy YouTube channel. The person didn't give consent. You understand? They didn't give no type of consent for that person to record, and then you send it to a comedy website like it's funny. This is the type of stuff that people do, man. This is what they do. Now, I'm not saying Mr. Murray he put that young man up to it and whatnot, but he's still accountable for playing it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That was a while ago though. That wasn't about nothing though. You know what I'm saying? All right. He says the old country's senior from Mississippi who was kicked out TLG with a country twang is still talking smack about Gino because he now believes in 3 wives and divorce. Well, I think that was Ellis. Ellis, what up, Charnette? See, that's wicked to set someone up and try to record them. That wasn't the first time somebody recorded me. That wasn't the first time. You got these people out of nowhere that try to call you. Hey, how you doing, brother Tony Harvin? I'm interested in the truth of God. What you think about what Gino preach on? Because I don't agree with that. Do you disagree with anything that Gino preaches? They try to come with questions like that, like I'm a fool. You think I don't know you trying to set me up with something? You know what I mean? What I say on my videos and whatnot is two type of people. Two type of people that disagree. A person who disagrees and call the other person who's teaching on it false, and you got a person who disagree in the sense of it's going to take some time to come up to the understanding of something, but they willing to learn about it. You understand? What up, Charnette? What up? It says people ask me questions before on Texas, then try to get me to say stuff, then use it against you for some reason. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is nuts. What up, Mrs. O? Octavia says these false prophets will make up anything just to make someone look bad, but they really making themselves look dumb. What up, Khadijah Reeves? Shout out to you and your YouTube channel for sure. Let's go back to Crazy Cell. The thing is, man, I've learned to really ignore those type of people. I had to really understand that them type of people just looking for attention. You know, they're looking for attention for sure. And when you give people chance after chance, and you're like, man, this person or people are worse than my children, or remind me of a certain family member. Listen, you just got to keep them at bay, at a distance, and whatnot, and things like that. You know. He says, good sermon yesterday and this morning. Absolutely. For sure. He says, yeah, I'm still on the learning stage. Absolutely. He says, they recorded sisters when they were in the spirit, disgusting behavior. Yep, they did. They did. That's what they do. That's what they do. Now they coming to secret record people and put it on their YouTube channel or put it in a comedy series and whatnot and things like that, like it's a joke. You're recording sisters. Now, if they have a husband, you understand? That's something you got to deal with because it ain't hard to find out if you have a YouTube channel who you are. You know, if I had a wife, and somebody recording her without her consent or my consent, we're gonna have issues. We're gonna have issues for sure. You know. Let's go back to Craig. He says, I'm still in the learning stages. Absolutely, man. It's a learning process. And I like people who are humble to say that, you know, because a lot of people think that I consider myself or we consider ourselves perfect. We don't put ourselves on a pedestal like we're so perfect and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they think that. I don't know why they think that at all. He says, I need to watch this morning sermon. For sure. I like watching the sermons like after the live go off because I can't take the timestamps. I know somebody asked me that the other day or whatnot. See, when the live is happening, it's like the time is like it's backwards. I don't know why YouTube does that. Like they have the time backwards. I can't take my notes down and whatnot. So I like to watch it after the fact so the time will be flat out straight, you know, to that person who mentioned that. All right. Let's go back to the comment section for sure. He said, that's right. I'm thankful for being here. Absolutely. You know, and it's good to be under true leadership, man, for sure. It's tough, man. It's tough. Trust me, it's tough. It's tough. And yeah, you know, we slip up. I slip up. I'm not ashamed of saying that, you know. You gotta be real with yourself, you know. But I'm getting better every day. Every day. I'm not sitting here calling myself some street preacher, you know, then using profanity, cursing and whatnot on one end, trying to threaten people on another. You ain't doing nothing, but you know what I mean? People try to threaten you over the truth like it's going to intimidate you. You know how many people sell wolf tickets on here? They're selling a whole bunch of wolf tickets. Ain't nobody thinking about you. I don't know if y'all watched that movie, The Temptations. Ain't nobody thinking about you, Otis. You understand? Ain't nobody thinking about these trolls on here at all. And they really think you are concerned about them. But they got to understand the difference between you being a YouTuber, if you are, that you have to, you know, look at certain things, you know, a little here, a little there, just for YouTube purposes. And you really being in tune with them, listening, letting it bother you at the end of the day. Appreciate that. I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough putting out content, man, every day. It's hard, man. But you got to have a love for the people. You definitely got to have a love for people. And I learned that from Gino. Like he been doing, you know, traveling and preaching for what, 30, 40 years. So I had to take the same principles and put it into YouTube or promoting videos on other social media platforms and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough. You know, in the beginning, it was fun. As he stated that, you know, in the beginning, when he used to go around traveling and preaching, it was fun. But now it's not. Now it's not. Sometimes we have good times, but sometimes, man, you know, after a long day of work, the other week I did what? I think almost 15 hours at work. Yeah, almost 15 hours, I think. Man, I was tired, sleepy, hungry. But yet, for the love of the people, let's give them 1 hour. Let's put out a YouTube short. Let's put out the Truth of God on Tony Harvin TV. Let's promote it on Facebook in like 10 or 15 groups. You understand? And there's still more work to be done than putting out on other social media platforms. So one has to have a love for the people. It's tough, man. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. You understand? Oh, man. Yo, that's my movie, yo. He played that David Ruffin part funny, man. That was funny. For sure. Chinju says, me too. If I started, I prefer to start from the beginning. So I eat everything of that good spiritual food. Absolutely. PhD says, I have never been so challenged in my life until I came to the truth with the help of the Lord. I still have things to come up to. Absolutely. Octavia says, Tony, keep doing what you're doing. I'll be waiting for you to post more videos of Pastor Gino. Appreciate that. It's on Tony Harvin TV. You know, we got a lot of content coming. You know, it's coming along. It's coming along for sure. It's coming along. You know, posting on Facebook also a lot on Facebook. People got to remember is other platforms out there. You know, I think the Tug TV, they play Gino 24/7. You know, they play Gino 24/7. You understand? He said, that clown told me that I'm worshiping you and Gino. I told him no, I was appreciative of y'all instead. I know Gino said to ignore Old McDonalds, but I couldn't let that go. I had to. Well, I think what Gino meant as far as like ignoring, don't go, you know, emailing them and conjuring up stuff and things like that. You know, because a lot of people, they like to do that type of stuff. They like to go, you know, back and forth, and I know I've been guilty of doing that in the past and stuff like that. You know, wasting my time on these clowns and whatnot. But I've gotten better. I've gotten better to utilize it and making videos in a sense of still encouraging and empowering the people. You know, because I'm not gonna waste my time all day in the comment section going back and forth when I can make a video which could be beneficial to the people and to the YouTube channel and whatnot. You know, so I like to either clarify things or talk about things in the sense of being a YouTuber. Excuse me. All right. He said, I've been banned from his channel, can't even comment. Wow. That's what I heard from a few people. That's what Mr. Duell or whoever his person handling his social media. It's probably somebody handling his social media. Yeah, it's probably somebody that's handling it. You know, it's probably with somebody else. Because he come on other channels who post up the truth of God. He come on their channels and he leave a comment and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? He said, I didn't email him. I just responded on his channel and he lost it like a psychopath. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with him, man. I guess he's I don't know. I mean, it's the first time I've ever seen something like this from a troll. And like I said before yesterday, he wasn't always like that. I don't know what gotten into him or what, but Mr. Charles Dewell, he wasn't like that always before, from what I seen. You know what I'm saying? He was a little bit more humbling, but I don't know what happened. He said it's all good, though his attitude showed. All right. I thank everybody for tuning in to this YouTube live. As we talked about, a lot of things on here. I hope everybody have a wonderful evening. I don't know if I'm going on live on the other YouTube channel, but I hope everybody have a wonderful evening in general. God bless everybody out there. Do remember the True Regard is playing on Tony Harvin TV YouTube channel. You understand? All right. He says the word got him. Absolutely. God bless. You said God bless. Hope to talk to you guys later, God willing. For sure. God bless you too. All right. Tony Harvin signing off. Check you guys all out later. Lord willing. I'm out. Peace. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell.